everybody find a seat tonight? Okay. All right, here we go with our February 19th meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals, West Hampton Beach. We're just going to go through our decisions first. The first decision on our agenda is for Michael and Paula Stop at 8 Woodland Avenue. For a number of reasons, we're just not going to have a decision on that tonight, so we're just going to go ahead and hold that over till next month. Do I need a motion on that?
No.
Okay. The next one is for Benjamin Bianco, 409 Dune Road. We have a written decision on that where the board has granted the variance on there with the exception that the crow's nest and the stairs to be removed. So, do I have a motion? I'm gonna make a motion, we accept this as written. Have a second? Right, Jim, you guys good with that?
Aye.
So that's 4.
4.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is Paola Murata, 30 Hazelwood Avenue. Again, the board has a decision written on that one to approve the variance. This is yours, right? But to reduce the size to the
850.
to 850 square feet.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
I had a question about that. Can I get the building permit and then send the plans after, or do you need? The
Well,
plans?
what we're gonna do is we're gonna approve that variance tonight based on that. And then before you can go any further with it to get the CO, you're gonna have to
Meet with
work
him.
it out with the building inspector. Okay?
All right, so another time, I'll ask.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll make a motion that we accept that decision as written.
Second.
Second by, who seconded that?
Joe.
Joe? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Good with that. The next one is 499 Dune Road, the AV Home LLC. Again, the board's decision, the written decision is to approve that variance, so I'll make a motion that we accept that decision as written. Second by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have one more on Lake Way, 5 Lake Way. Again, we have a decision to go ahead and approve that variance, so I'll make a motion that we accept that decision as written. Second by Jim, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're all good there. The next one at 104 Main Street, that was for additional parking stalls. As I'm sure everybody knows, we have it now, a moratorium on approving variances for parking. So this is all pending a moratorium at this point.
I thought we would keep this on the agenda so that when the moratorium is lifted, we can figure out at that point whether it's just ready for a decision or you might have to make some changes or something. But we'll keep it active so that you don't lose your spot in the line. Okay?
Okay. Our holdovers, again, first holdover is for WHB 149 Main Street, and that's again an indefinite holdover with a moratorium on parking. We don't need any motions on that,
No.
do we?
No, was that even advertised?
That's number one on the
Yes,
Oh,
it was
that-
actually advertised, it was on the agenda, they had gone to planning for a while, they were gonna, they'd come back, we were kind of back and forth.
Why don't you just have a motion to hold it in abeyance pending the moratorium?
Okay.
What Megan and I
Indefinitely.
talked about was creating a category on the bottom of the agendas for pending moratorium.
Okay.
So you want to make that motion?
Yeah. All right, so we'll make a motion to hold that over indefinitely pending the moratorium.
Second.
Second by Joe, all in favor? Good. I'm gonna skip right to the next one because Eli Hunt, 132 Beach, my understanding is you requested a holdover on that too.
Yes, please, the village is entertaining potential local law that may sort of meet our needs and may eliminate the need for a variance, but I'd like to hold this open.
We'll keep it open, I think.
Okay, keep it open.
So I have make a motion that we keep this application
Second.
held over until, I guess, almost indefinitely until the decisions made by the
Keep
trustees?
it on a 1 month.
Yeah?
You're always here, so you can just let us know next month.
Put it for a month, and I think the board is gonna look at, I think, I don't remember.
I don't remember if it was March or April we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 2 months? I don't actually.
That would be fine.
Do that?
Put it over 2 months.
2 months is all right?
I think that's better, because then we'll have some answer from the trustees.
Mm-hmm. Okay, make a motion, hold this over for 2 months.
Second.
Second by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now. Now we're doing Glen Edwards, 6 Lake Way. Applicant seeks variance of 197-6C to construct a 2-story addition. Proposed lot coverage of 25.8, the lot area where the maximum permitted is 20, and from 197D, whereas side yard setback of 18.3 feet, where the minimum required is 30 feet. All right.
For the applicant, James N. Hume, 323 Middle Road, West Hampton Beach. You should have a resubmission on that now, which we've now reduced the coverage that we're seeking from the 25.8 down to 24.1. And we've increased the side yard setback from 18.3 to 18.5, so we've reduced the request that we're making there. And why we went to 24.1, as you know, this property is significantly impacted by some wetlands to one edge of the property, which under the village code doesn't count. But if it were to have counted, the lot coverage would be at the 20%, based on the 40,000 square foot, as opposed to the 24.1%, based on the upland area. So the property is impacted, like only 1 or 2 other properties in the general vicinity by the wetlands. Everybody in that area kind of has a lot that's about the same acre in size. But because we have the wetlands, we can't build quite as big as the other people can. And we struggle a little bit with the side yard setback because the wetlands to the other side of the property push the development on this property further away and closer to that side yard. This is in an area, a flood area, so we can't have a basement. So some of the things that we could get as a matter of right in the basement, we can't have, including habitable space that can go in an appropriately designed basement. So it seemed to us that kind of landing at the 20% of the entire lot was a useful place, logical place to go based on the impacts of the wetlands on the ability to develop the property otherwise.
Jim, I was on the property earlier today. I noticed a large shed on the property that I don't see on the survey.
Okay.
Wouldn't that apply to lot coverage, here?
Well, if it's not on the survey, I don't know that there's a shed there, so.
It's a pretty substantial shed.
Okay, so perhaps we can remove that, but
It's in the
I'm
photo.
unaware of it. Is it?
Yeah, there's actually 2 structures in the photo.
I imagine if the board were inclined to adopt the logic that of the 20% of the total lot coverage, we could
What am I looking at here?
offer to do that, but I'd have to consult before agreeing to that.
That's what,
Do we have an existing conditions survey? Or is it
Right.
just this?
this is there.
The survey was from March 12th, 2025, so it was within reason when we started. This was originally noticed.
And the shed's on this property, as far as you could tell.
Yeah,
Joe.
Yeah, when you, to the driveway to, off to the left.
Right. Right. Well, I can certainly find out about that.
They were doing work over there recently.
Oh.
It's a permanent shed.
What was the total?
Yeah, it's probably like a 15 by 12 shed,
It
If
was.
it's over 144 square feet, it would need a permit.
Right.
Subject to setbacks and all that.
Right. But if it were below that, would the coverage count?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it would have to be in the rear yard. It would have to be 144.
Okay.
It still should be on the survey.
Yes, it
Yeah.
should be.
Way. I mean, that's,
Yeah, I don't think it was there when the survey was complete.
That could be.
Because I was doing inspections last year. I don't remember a shed.
All right. Well, I'll have to I'll have to do, I guess we're gonna have to put it over for that purpose, but
Oh, boy,
happy to
yeah.
answer any other questions.
Maybe you could describe, the change. It looks to me like the upper portion of the addition has been removed over the patio.
Right. Yeah, so, it's a two-story, it is a two-story addition. The second floor has what is described as a media room and a bathroom. We retreated, we had originally been out over the septic system, but we removed that part of it because you can't build over the septic system. And the other floor has storage and a mechanical room, an elevator, bathroom.
1,185.
And the storage is important because there's no basement, so there's no place to store that people would normally have if they were not in the floodplain.
But that applies to so many homes here that don't have basements. I mean, if I had to guess in the village, I would guess that probably at least 15% of the homes, don't
Right.
have
Right.
basements. And
Well, I think
You know,
that's a reasonable basis for coming to you guys and asking for some more room.
well, you have it's almost an 8,000 square foot house now with 7 bedrooms.
Right. Well, my client believes that, there's a need for his family to have this space. And one of the discussions that I had with the village about the attic space dealt with the fact that, people are coming here to buy homes, to buy large homes, and looking for more space. And this is just another example of that very same thing.
Yeah.
But there is an actual environmental impact on this property, and that's the wetlands that is really driving the train here. It's not the size of the house, it's the fact that a good percentage of this property is a wetland. And the village has excluded the ability to cover property that wetland will remain open, even though it doesn't count in the coverage. So the effective coverage on this property is, in fact, the 20% that is the goal of the village. And in this neighborhood, there's 1 or 2 properties that are impacted by that, but there's a whole number of properties in the same neighborhood that are as large and can accommodate a larger home without a variance because they're not impacted by the wetlands.
But this house already is big.
Yeah.
It's already encroaching on the side. So you
Right.
already have a house that's kind of maxed out here already.
Well,
Well, now, okay, let's talk about maxed out as far as the village regulations go.
yes, yes,
Okay, not to be subjective, but.
right,
So you're maxed out there already, and now they want to do more.
yes.
So, what district is this in?
It's in the R1.
R1. So what is the R1 side yard setbacks?
It's 30
30
feet.
feet and a total of 70, correct? And
Right.
you're at 18?
Yes, that's what we're looking for.
So that's a significant, right there, that's a
Right.
significant
Yeah,
variance.
I understand, but
And
there's,
when we look at
we're balancing that again, a significant impact on the other side of the property, which has pushed this house over in that direction.
So what's the setback on the other side of the house?
Unfortunately, I didn't bring the survey with me, but
Well-
65.
it's 65 on the other side,
65.
yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't need a combined side.
So
yeah. So the house is just shifted over because of the wetlands.
Mhm.
So, I think that if it weren't for the wetlands, this house, we wouldn't be here. Because this house as proposed, would meet all the requirements
Right.
of the code if a significant portion of the property weren't chewed up by the area of wetlands on the other
I
side.
think you'll agree that there's a high percentage of homes in this village that do have wetlands.
I would agree that there's a percentage of homes that have wetlands, and I would think would be entitled to some relief as well because of it.
There's our balancing act,
Right.
right? This is already a house that's pretty big. I mean, looking at the aerial, this is,
Yeah, but if I'm right next door, or if I'm across the street where I think you gave some variances to 5
five
Lakeway,
lake, yes.
I could build this house there because there's no wetlands there. the relief that they were asking for didn't include lot coverage because they weren't impacted by the wetlands in the way that we are. They've got some other relief. I looked, I took note of what that was, but,
They did get some other relief, Chief.
right.
Absolutely.
But they're, they're not, they can build the house as of right that we're seeking to get a variance to build.
How long have these people owned this property?
I don't recall that. It's a while. They're not new owners. I think it's more a case of expanding family than anything else.
This CO that I have here is from 2018.
They may have owned it before then.
I'm sorry?
They may have owned it before then. Is that for a new house?
Yeah.
Okay.
New two-story, single-family dwelling with pool, patio, decks, and garage on the dwelling.
Okay.
So, 2018 to now, I
Right.
mean, it's not,
Uh-huh.
it's not an old house.
No,
It's not a house that was built in the 70s.
true, very true.
So, this is all part of our balancing act. This is already a built house, a big house that's overbuilt on
Right.
that. Your point is well taken.
Yeah, because I don't think it's overbuilt in the sense that the purpose of the lot coverage is to keep open space. And you're ending up with the 20% open space that the code wants. Even though, for, I think, different reasons, the code has
I
subtracted.
mean, the 80% open space.
Yeah,
20%.
yeah, 80%,
Okay. Just wanna
20%.
Make sure we're on the same page.
And I imagine the reason why they take the upland out is to take the wetlands out is for an environmental concern, perhaps, but nothing that we're proposing is going to impact the wetlands.
Yeah, but
But the wetlands are impacting us.
well, that's really not for us to, to judge. That's not for us. I mean, that's the same as the situation on beach, with the attic and the mezzanine, and all of that. These are things that aren't really before, they're
Well,
not
I think
decisions.
they are. I think you've granted other wetland relief, a lot coverage relief, based on dunes, based on wetlands.
I think that you might want to bring that information in for us then.
Okay. I
I
can
mean,
do
that's
that.
the only, if you've got an argument that way, you've got to support it somehow.
Right.
It
No,
can't be just, well, I imagine that that's what they were thinking, or the guy across the street has got more property.
Well, those are facts. What they're thinking is not a fact, but the fact that I have a 40,000 square foot lot and my neighbor has a 40,000 square foot lot, and he can build the house that I want to build without a variance because he doesn't have any wetlands on his property.
Again, that's, I don't know, but myself, I don't see that as a ZBA argument, with,
All right, well,
These wetlands
I
aren't
think
new
it's-
wetlands, though.
huh?
These wetlands aren't new
No, true.
wetlands, so
True.
whenever your clients bought the property, they were de facto buying a smaller lot than across the street.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's-
that is true. That is true.
anybody who buys a lot with wetlands now knows it's not part of the lot area,
Hmm.
or at least they're charged with knowing that.
Knowing that it's
So-
not part of the lot area, yes. But I agree with that, but it's still an impact.
No,
and it's
I'm
still-
not discounting, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to discount your argument,
Right.
but it just,
Right. And it's
There is a
still
difference between the
within
two
the
lots.
purview, that this board has granted lot coverage variances for various reasons over the years, so it's certainly a question that can be put before.
Reluctantly, it had to always have a good reason, though,
Right.
the same thing with the side yard setbacks.
Right.
We've all been very
Yeah,
sensitive.
no,
to
I
all
understand,
that.
and I think the fact that there's these wetlands is a very good reason. Because we're just getting what everybody else in the neighborhood has as a matter of right, so.
All right. Well, we still gotta wait now. We're still gonna have to hold it over.
Wait for the shed, yeah,
Yeah, what's going on?
Let me
with
find
the
out about
shed,
that. yeah, so let's put it over.
Uh-huh.
If I may.
Yes.
This Lakeway is kind of high up on Meadow, so the Onek drain has tidal wetlands, it has freshwater wetlands, and it has intertidal wetlands. Our code is specific about lot area tidal wetlands, so you might want to check with Aram and ask if this is actually abutting freshwater wetlands or tidal wetlands, where there's if it's freshwater, it actually doesn't come off of your buildable lot area.
DEC permit might say.
DEC permit might say.
So
Alright.
which of the, you usually get a DEC permit from either chapter 25 or 24,
Adjacent or tidal.
right? So you might get,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Wow.
So this addition is beyond the 75 feet of tidal. But if it's, I think it's.
I don't have that.
Freshwater, it's 100 feet, it's a bigger jurisdiction, but, I'd be interested to ask, because I feel like this is, so the other
It's a shed.
streets off Meadow are further south, they're closer to the bay, but this is kind of further north.
All right, I'm sure Aram has the answer to that, and I'm sure that there's a DEC permit for the original
Yeah.
house, so.
So I believe that if you go on, the back of Jessup, where there's a Stowe Canal, the lots are all 1.2 acres, so really, there's water on 0.2 of them, so it's 1 acre. We're not gonna give you credit for underwater property.
Right,
I'd be curious if this.
Right. well, let me discover that.
It was on the application and the survey, and it's tidal wetlands, so we put it through as this, but.
Right.
You might as well split that.
I will, thank you.
So if that was the case, he wouldn't need a
It would
variance.
remove a lot of coverage variance.
Yeah.
The setback would still remain.
Okay.
So if we could just put that over
So
till
we have,
next
we
month.
have some more homework to do.
Yes.
huh? All righty, so if there's nothing else,
I just wanted to talk about one of the projects, this
do you have anything on this one, on this hearing?
8 Woodland Avenue. I just wanted to.
No, what, I'm talking about this,
Oh,
this,
no, not this one.
this,
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
so let us finish with that and then, okay, I think we'll make a motion to hold this over for all purposes.
Second.
Second by Jim, we're
Aye.
all good?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Jim. Are you doing this next one too, Jim?
Sure.
With Paul Avasano? Okay. Paul
I don't know,
Avasano,
is this application next, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the.
well,
He was at the beginning for decisions.
it was at the beginning for a decision.
Oh, okay.
So, let's go ahead with yours, Jim. Paul Avasano, 191 Dune Road, applicant seeks variances to construct a deck extension and outdoor shower from 197.6C for proposed building area lot coverage of 23.2, where the maximum permitted is 20%, and 197.35C for a proposed deck extension with 14.1 foot setback from the crest of the dune, where 75 is required, and for 197.35C for a proposed outdoor shower with 32.7 feet setback from the crest of the dune, where 75 feet is required. All right.
For the applicant, James N. Hume, 323 Mill Road, West Hampton Beach. Good afternoon. So this is 191 Dune Road. This is a parcel on the ocean side. Let me show you. There's an existing home on the property, which according to the GIS was originally built in 1965 or thereabouts. In reviewing a series of aerial photographs, that appears to be the case. As you can see from the configuration of the lot, it's impacted or benefited by property having been taken by the county in order to build one of the jetties. Therefore, it's, very well protected from a perspective of damage. This is in an area of the village where there's actually double or triple dunes as opposed to just a single dune. And my clients are seeking what I would consider a small addition to the existing deck of, I believe, 87 square feet, and then just an enclosure for a shower, outdoor shower area, I think unroofed, which I discovered recently in the town wouldn't count. So, and I think in this village it does. And here's a Google map photo of the house itself. It's the one with the red star on it. And
Brad, excuse me, you think you misunderstood? I mean, I wasn't gonna make Jim wait, but whatever, we just packed up and left. I thought maybe he misunderstood that we were not going to let him speak.
Right.
That he missed his turn. I didn't mean to do that.
You want me to continue, or do you want to?
Yes.
Wait? Okay.
No, you can
So
continue.
on the
Thank you.
second aerial, the red map, the red dot identifies the property. As you can see, on the ocean side of the house, there is a dock, a deck, a small deck, and all we're looking to do is to square that off so that the deck itself runs the entire length of the house there. And then over to the right side of that deck, install a shower area.
Jim, on the west side of the deck on this overhead,
Yeah.
it looks like that deck goes right to the edge of the house, right?
Yeah, on that side, yes.
Well, why does the survey show something?
Well, I would trust what the survey showed more than what the aerial shows, but
Unless I'm looking at it, incorrectly.
there is an,
Okay,
to-
oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just the walkway?
the
but-
walkway, yeah.
but-
There's a walkway over there that the shower would be in the head of.
But that's not new construction where you've got that boxed out where the shower is, right?
No. Well, I think the shower will be new.
The shower will be, but the
Yeah.
deck is already there.
Part of
The deck is already, I think that
Deck is already there.
the deck is already there.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
So this would be part of the deck?
It would be,
Shower?
it would sit on top of the deck, yes.
Sit on top of the deck?
Yeah. But it's a new structure, so, and it's within,
oh, okay, so
Yeah.
just the shower itself is
Yeah.
the structure and
Yes.
the deck is
Yeah.
there, right?
yes. And then the 87 square feet would be added to the other side.
The other
Okay,
side where the sliding glass doors that go nowhere are?
Exactly. Exactly. It's like the bridge to nowhere in Pittsburgh, or
Yes.
other places, so,
Hopefully those doors don't open.
yeah.
Oh.
So it seems relatively minimal. The crest of the dune is where the crest of the dune is. It's, the house is there, the deck is there. This is just a little bit more, 87 square feet more of deck. And the ability to make it rain when there's no rain, the shower.
You guys have anything to add to this? I mean, it's pretty
No.
straightforward here.
yeah.
Huh? Tony? You see anything? No?
How many square feet did you say the?
87 is
The
what
deck
I'm.
part?
Yeah, 87.
So the argument would be, even though it's close to the crest of the dune, it's minimal.
Minimal,
De
yes.
minimis.
Yes.
This is a picture of the back of the house here, and over here with this slider is where he wants to put the
It's like
rest of the
squaring
deck.
it off.
Yeah, squaring off the deck. Alrighty. I don't have anything else. I think, we could make a motion to close the hearing for a decision.
Yep, if I could just add one thing in the record, just for the record, the existing decks are 942, and the proposed decks are 1,029, so I think 87 is the difference between those two numbers
Okay.
that are that are identified on the survey.
Dune Road.
Okay.
I missed it, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
Is there a question?
No, I don't think so. It's just squaring off the deck on Dune Road and then putting the shower that's gonna go on the deck that's already there.
Get the check. I typically tell people, if the shower's down on the ground, treat them like fences. If it's gonna be up on the deck, I have to treat it more like a structure, because there's more visual.
Great, thank you. I don't have anything else in this, again, so I make a motion, we close this, hearing for decision.
Second.
Second by Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Did you miss him? Is he gone, or
No, we had a conversation,
we can close the meeting then? He's not coming back? Okay. So, if we have nothing else, I'll make a motion to close tonight's hearing.
Second.
Second by Jim, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, gentlemen, we're out. Thank you, Jim.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.